We've got a good friend up in the press box to chat with us tonight, Mr. Matt Denny, former JA Raider. Good to be back on campus. A little different, isn't it?
It is. It is. It's really great to be back. There's a lot of new faces around here with baseball and everything. I haven't really caught as many games as I wish I would have, but it's really good to be back and see the silver and blue.
So do you miss Friday nights more, or do you miss the everyday grind of baseball season in the high school ranks?
In the high school ranks, football.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Friday night lights, you can't beat it. I miss hitting people every once in a while.
And that's what I didn't know about Matt Denny, because he played baseball before he made an impact on the football field, because there were so many guys that you had to get in front of. And this guy, when he got on the football field, he made his presence known and made Jay Powell cringeworthy every time he made a hit, I'm sure.
Yeah, he definitely, with the shoulder injuries are so common now, but when I'm out there, I'm not thinking about that.
And then we got a little footage we had to dig up, of course, out of the archives. This was a little piece you did for Travis Raycheck of Channel 40 back in the day. Who is next, or who am I, or something? I can't remember the name of it. But when you see those images, what does it do for you?
Brings back a lot of great memories, and it also brings back a lot of grief I've gotten from my Ole Miss teammates through the years.
Because it's online and they can find it.
Yeah, Josh Laxer actually, he likes to dig on the internet because he actually has one too.
That's a clip I actually called your record-breaking strikeout.
That was my record-breaking strikeout. It was.
And the screen's actually going to show here in the next little clip here some of the records that he broke for Jackson Academy, as his career was a stellar one. He went into the record books and still has the records for strikeouts, wins, home runs, ribbies, and doubles. We always joked that home run record probably never will be broken, but there's a kid coming up, Kellum Clark. He's just a ninth grader. He might be one of those guys that has a chance to do that.
Good for him. It really is good to see Jay coming back through with baseball, and it'll be fun to watch him through as he progresses through high school.
What was your College World Series experience like as a sophomore?
Oh, that's everything you dream of as a kid. Was everything and more. You have all these fantasies and stuff you think of when you're there and you're watching on TV, and you really have no idea what it's like. And then you get there and there's 24,000 people, and honestly, Ole Miss travels so well. It was like a home game. There were 14,000 Ole Miss fans in the stands of the 25. So we were 2/3 of the crowd, and then just the local fans that are there. It's incredible to watch because the younger kids, they all pick a team, and it doesn't matter. They might not know anything about you, but by the time you leave there, they know everything about you. They know all your names, where you're from, your stats. They know your parents. They'll look up your bio, and it's fun to watch them compete with their friend group as 10, 12-year-olds picking a team and rooting for you throughout the whole week.
And it's a fortnight. It's almost 2 full weeks if you make the full run. So what's it like staying there for that long?
It was hard, because there's so many teams there. So having to practice, we drive 45 minutes on our off day, because the way it works is you play every other day. And we got there the day before opening ceremonies. So we got there, spent the night, woke up the next day, did opening ceremonies, and then we didn't play till the second day. So we had a day off. We practiced, then we played. Then you take a day off, then you play. And I guess we lost the first game, then we won the next 2, and then we ended up losing the 4th game. But we also had a rain delay in there as well. So we were there for like 11 days and didn't even make it to the 3-game championship series. So if you make it all the way, you're there for a little over 2 weeks.
All right, so finally, for those of you who don't remember, his very first appearance, it was one in which it was a computer stat-based. I get the call, we're at a basketball game. They say, you got to come quick. Matt Denny's pitching his first game. Recap that first experience, what it was like.
God, I remember going in the bullpen. I was so nervous. I was like, man, this is what I dreamed of as a kid. This is what my dad had. My dad told me as a little kid I was going to play baseball at Ole Miss, and now it is finally here. And the preparation to get there, because we play in the spring, I got there in July, and I honestly thought baseball season was never going to come around. I thought it was like, I'm here to practice. That's it. Because the season's so far away, and you work so hard to get there. And it was really great. I'm walking out of the bullpen, and I'm just sitting there, and as I go to pick up the ball, I'm like, wow, it's here. This is what I worked so hard for. This is what I dreamed of as a kid, and now it's finally coming true. This is incredible, and fortunately, it was a really good outing, and something I always remember.
All right, you got to talk about, too, as we're going to kick Andrew out of the booth for a little bit, because, we feel like our interview time was robbed. So
yeah, he's up here now.
Yeah, he doesn't. He actually probably is excited the fact that he doesn't have to call all of these games and all the information. He is a he's a prima donna a little bit, I'll be honest with you. Keeps bragging about how he's worked with all the kickers. But I want to get another outsider's view of Raider football, because obviously you've heard about what's happened over the last few years and some struggles, and now a new coach takes over, and as Parker Alexander gets it teed up and ready to go here for the Raiders to kick off the second half of action. Alexander sends it all the way down to near the goal line, and the Patriots are content to allow that to roll into the end zone. Let's take a look at some of your stats from the first half before we get this third quarter officially underway. As you take a look on your screen there, it is some very dominant numbers for JA. 256 yards of total offense, very nearly balanced attack, and they have really kept East Rankin off of the heels there. And so now we do have a flag on the play as well that occurred. I missed that when we were checking out the stats. Let's see what happens here.
Those passing stats were a little lopsided.
Well, they've only attempted like five passes, and none of them obviously were complete. It was a late hit, Tommy's letting us know. So JA gets charged with a late hit, a personal foul. And that'll move the ball from the 20 to the 35. So East Rankin will start with good field position at their own 35-yard line, and now we have a flag flying from the back judge. So it's a bit of a struggle here to start the third quarter. Maybe they're left over kind of a hangover, if you will, from the long homecoming festivities. Illegal substitution on the Raiders. Good gracious. That's 20 yards of penalties, and the clock hasn't moved yet. So Jackson Academy will try again defensively to get set up here. 1st and 5 for the Patriots of East Rankin. Now we finally get the second half underway, and it's that veer attack that continues, and the keeper by Jacob Cordell as he rounds the outside. He's dropped by William Mitchell, and those continued good sportsmanship moments continue there between those two with pats on the helmet by each. So when you see these guys and you watch some of these plays, what is when you're watching an attack like this, you don't see an option to attack a veer very often. So as a player, did you ever play a team that had that specialized offense?
I think we did. I want to say Lee Academy used to do that, and it was fun. As a linebacker, it's fun because you can just gear up for the run. So I mean, you're basically just stacking the house and hoping they run your way.
Parker Alexander with the pass breakup there. He had a chance at the interception. It was a ball that was up for grabs, and he came down. He started to come down with it, and then the receiver became the defender there and knocked the ball away from Parker Alexander. So JA will force a 3rd and about 2 situation here. Jackson Academy 21-0, the lead. As Cordell settles under center. Now we'll make sure that's what the play that they want to go with here on 3rd and 2. Straight up the middle, and a first down gained, it looks like, by a running back, Watson. So Watson able to gather the first down. Jackson Academy now looks at another converted first down by East Rankin. That's the 6th time they've done that tonight. Jay, though, has 14 first downs to their credit. Hard hits going on, but unfortunately nobody's got Jacob Cordell. He sidesteps 2 would-be tacklers and then gets dropped by Alexander and Beard after he crosses midfield, picking up 6 or 7 yards again. And into Raider territory they go. What's your favorite Jay Powell story that you can tell us now that you're no longer under his direction?
Jay Powell, it probably wouldn't be when I was playing. It probably had to have been the time that he got really mad at us for playing basketball when we weren't supposed to be.
Was that at Mag Heights?
No. That was I think after practice. Some guys were late, or somebody showed up and said they were hurting a little bit because they had rolled their ankle when they were playing pickup basketball, and he definitely was not happy about that. Sent us home.
Was it your year, as again the carry by Reeve Watson stopped by Palmer? Was it one of your years where he was where Coach Powell was dunking on the 6-foot goal behind Magnolia Heights?
Yeah, we had just got done beating Mag Heights, and I want to say it was my senior year. He was out there. We found a basketball goal, and some guys were having fun trying to dunk it, and here comes big old Coach Powell, 6'5", 6'6", and trying to do in between the leg dunks and show everybody up.
9:53 to go in quarter number 3. East Rankin another third down try here, and on the option toss, the Raiders sniff it out, and they stop him on third down. It'll bring up a fourth down decision as Beard, who has been sensational here lately, able to drop him for a 1-yard loss. So when you have a former major leaguer, I mean, at what does that, and Merrill also in on the stop, was there ever any starstruck moment knowing, or did you obviously you got to know him pretty quickly?
Yeah, from the beginning, it was kind of it was a really good relationship. It wasn't like, oh man, how do I act around him? It was a really comfortable relationship, and I think that helped me throughout my career, and just so thankful for him.
Hornsby to punt here. Clincy gets back there quickly to receive, and this one is kicked well out of bounds, nowhere near anybody. And Jay will get good starting field position at about their own 25-yard line, it appears, as JA will give up a 21-yard punt. Coach Madden, the closest to receive that one. So, biggest thing you had to work on, as we're chatting, by the way, with Matt Denny, former JA Raider and Ole Miss Rebel. For those of you who are wondering who the other voice is up here, and our camera operator, yeah, look at that. That's Mr. Matt Hinkle, also known as Chigiver in the booth, as he is very close to that ball. He could have caught it himself one-handed. He probably would have rather kicked it, though. You know those kickers. Now Thigpen back in at quarterback for the first time since about midway through the second quarter, as Tanner Robertson got the later stages of work there. Tosh McGee on the carry. He's wrapped up from behind and brought down by Denton. Favorite JA baseball memory?
I was really close when I was a junior. I was really close with a bunch of the guys that were seniors, because when I was younger, I grew up playing up with some of them, so I had played my whole life with them, and I would probably say winning the state championship my junior year, because we were so good and so talented, and that was a really, really fun group to be around.
Second down and 10 for the Raiders. Noah Thigpen spreads 3 to the top of the formation. Langston Anderson one-on-one coverage down underneath. Can't find anybody, so looks like he's going to scramble and finally dump it off to Pickering for a first down and more. Pickering cuts it back at the 45, and now he's almost to midfield before he's finally brought down by Harris. A good play on a scramble by Noah Thigpen. Gain of 24 yards. All right, as we're chatting with Matt Denny here in the press box, getting a good look at Noah Thigpen's scrambling ability. Great job by the pocket holding on to give him at least a chance to get out of there. Now, how about the most difficult thing that happened for you as far as a hard memory, something you had to overcome?
My freshman year, my last outing of that year, I was called upon in the SEC tournament, the bottom of the 10th, 1 out and bases loaded. If a run scores, we lose. Well, I threw a break, I struck the first guy out, and I was like, man, I got this. And I ended up bouncing the next ball in the dirt. Pass ball, we lose. And that was my last outing of the year. And that was hard to come back from.
Man. But, of course, the next year, College World Series kind of made up for that, I assume.
Yeah. That summer I went off to summer ball and, figured everything out again, and I was back on the right path.
A great catch and run by Hunt Stevens, negated by a JA penalty. So East Rankin is going to be gifted there. It'll be from a long first down inside the 30. JA gets backed up now inside their 50 to about their own 48-yard line, as another block in the back by Jay makes it first down and 11. 21-0 Raiders as Thigpen goes back to work here. Sends Strickland out to the right side. Looks inside at Anderson again. They love this screenplay, and Anderson can't make the one-man miss in the form of Hayden Hornsby. Well, I know we need to let you get back to Miss Katie, and for those of you that don't know, fill in everybody real fast about your graduate career almost being done now.
Yeah, so I got done with with my baseball career last June, and I was studying to get into grad school to pursue my master's in business administration. I was fortunate to be accepted at Ole Miss, and so I will graduate, or I'll walk in May, and I will finish in July.
That is awesome. Nick Thigpen now looks on second down. Ball is tipped and nearly intercepted, but dropped. My friend, we appreciate you coming up here to the press box tonight. Best of luck to the rest of your academic career. We'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
That's Matt Denny here in our press box. We appreciate the former Raider for coming by for a visit. Hope you guys enjoyed that.